Okay, let's sing a pretty simple song that is based off of Lamentations 3. Um, Lamentations, the book, it's a short book, it's 5 chapters, and as you can imagine, it's a collection of laments, um, specifically written right after the siege and then sack of Israel, and specifically Jerusalem, and the burning of the temple, when the Babylonian Empire um, oppressed and then exiled the Israelites to Babylon. Um, and so these poems of lament were written before there was any resolve. Okay, so all that's happened is during the book of Lamentations, the writer, all that's happened is they've seen their country be ransacked, the city, uh, the city that is sort of the headquarters of their culture and religion, be burned to the ground, and then they are forced into exile, far away from their home. And so the book has a lot of sadness and confusion and despair, a lot of it directed at God, and some of it directed at the people who have been disobedient and who have sort of deserved that punishment. But the structure of the book is written that the very, very middle of and this is like Hebrew literature, the very, very middle of the book is the main point. You know, we read books where the end is the main point, the end of the book is sort of the moral of the story. Well, in a lot of the Old Testament books, especially books of prophecy, sometimes the middle is the main point. And so we're going to sing a song that's based off the very middle, so Lamentations 3. And it's really the only verses that are remotely positive or hopeful, are right in the middle, saying that the Lord is still good and that he's still faithful and his mercies are new every morning, and we can seek him and find him and rely on him even though we have not found him yet. Right? Even though he seems absent in the moment, even though we're in the wilderness, we can still rely on him and his faithfulness. That's what this song is based off of. So even though as we sing this song, it's going to sound very, very hopeful, as it should. But just remember, these words were written in the midst of intense doubt, suffering, confusion, and even anger. His affection never wearies, his mercy never ends. He reminds me every morning, I'm still your faithful friend. He is good to those who seek him. I will wait for him to bless, and the Lord will be my portion in the empty wilderness. In the goodness of the Lord, in the goodness of the Lord, I will wait for him and set my hope in the goodness of the Lord. His affection never wearies, and his mercy never ends. He reminds me every morning, I am still your faithful friend. He is good to those who seek him. I will wait for him to bless, and the Lord will be my portion in the empty wilderness. wilderness. In the goodness of the Lord, in the goodness of the Lord, I will wait for him and set my hope in the goodness of the Lord. In the goodness of the Lord, in the goodness of the Lord, I will wait for him and set my hope in the goodness of the Lord. In the goodness of the Lord, the goodness of the Lord.